The film you are about to see represents
Freaking.com. Well, we're standing here with Vegard from Norway, and am I still saying that correctly?
Well, no, almost.
How do you say it?
It's Vegard.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm thinking of just going with John.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, you are relatively, well, you're only just days in the United States now, correct?
Yep.
You came to visit Porcupine Freedom Festival in New Hampshire, and what are your first impressions of the U.S. and New Hampshire?
Well, you know, they always say it's bigger here, everything's bigger, and it is. So the roads are wider and the trees are taller and stuff like that. And there's a lot of flags, a lot of flags. And it's generally very nice here. The
airport situation, how did you do with the immigrations and TSA and all that?
Actually, I didn't go through any TSA stuff flying in, so I guess I have to when I'm flying out.
Okay, I see. How did they treat you at the border customs?
It was surprisingly nice, actually.
In New York, or?
In New York, yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, they were mostly fascinated with me going alone for now. So.
They were fascinated with the fact that you were flying alone?
Well, going to the US alone and not really knowing anyone.
It's been done before.
Yeah, I thought so too, so, you know, especially with the American history, a few people have
They don't know
here.
that anymore. They've forgotten that part. It's been erased from the textbooks practically, it seems like.
But, you know, they were nice.
Well, what makes you attracted to this movement all the way from Norway?
Well, the thing is, there isn't really much of a movement like this in Norway, so I've always been attracted to the US and the sort of political movements that go on here, because it's closer to what I feel is right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I joined the Free State Project in 2006, something like that, and I've sort of been closely following it ever since, and it's never been really suitable to go here for me because of work and stuff, so I'm very happy to finally make it here.
Do you think it's something you'll eventually be able to do, making the move?
I hope so. I mean, one observation from my point of view, being a European, and is that initially it seems like the US is much more free than Europe, or Norway in particular for my case. And then you start discovering and following closely, I mean, everything from your videos to other stuff that comes up. I said it's really just different kinds of freedom, different places. So it's sort of more economic freedom here, less red tape perhaps.
The fjords are always prettier on the other side of the Atlantic.
I guess. But in Norway, it seems to me to be more social freedom, in the sense that you know, I think it's freer for gays and for minorities and stuff like that. But you know, I'm postponing judgment till I see more here. But police brutality is one of the big things for me that makes me question whether I want to move here, because that wouldn't happen in Norway.
Yeah, you're not the first. It's more soft socialism or soft fascism in Norway, without the fascism.
You know, I've often said that, you know, between I mean, the books 1984 and Brave New World, it seems like US is more 1984 and Norway is more Brave New World.
Yeah, and I like being, you know, under Leonard Nimoy, I think, better than I like being under Barack Obama. Because Leonard Nimoy was the one who played the dictator in the Brave New World movie.
All right,
so,
I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, it's very soft fascism in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your friendly neighborhood fascist.
So yeah, I'd trade it in some ways, but yeah, there are certain advantages to the United States, and just that there's so much provincial autonomy, at least in theory.
Yeah, and that is a big difference.
You know, and I think we almost, I don't know, sometimes I think we have more state freedom than the European states have freedom from the EU. But
yeah.
Maybe I'm exaggerating.
I mean, yeah, perhaps. I mean, you still have autonomy in name in the EU. I mean, Norway isn't in the EU, but they are heading towards a federalist system in Europe as well. So.
And we're heading away from. It seems like we're heading away from a federalist system here and toward a unitary system sometimes. But again, on paper, the states are independent countries almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's well, anyways, it's a very fascinating country. It's really different from state to state also.
You know, there's a lot of things, though, I think that a person can do from Europe to leverage their location as a New Hampshire freedom asset. That's the way I look at it. And I'm always urging people to go to my RidleyReport.com/legions page, you know, where people from anywhere in the world can do New Hampshire activism. They don't have to be here. So I don't begrudge your presence in Norway at all. I think you can be very helpful there.
That's good. That's good. And I was thinking also when if I get to move here, I'm thinking that it seems that there's fewer jobs here now than in Norway. Norway is very fortunate economically just these days. I was thinking that exporting some labor force to Norway would actually be advantageous for New Hampshireites or people here. It seems there's a lot of programmers and things that are easily outsourced.
Oh, you mean hiring New Hampshireites?
Yeah, and just working from abroad towards Norway as a business proposal or something like that, because wages are significantly higher as well in Norway.
So you mean a New Hampshireite working for a new Norwegian company from New Hampshire?
Something like that, or ideally there would be some Free Staters wanting to set up a company like that and trying to export skills. Set
up a company here that uses people's skills for Norwegian companies?
Yeah, I'm thinking if I have a competitive advantage, it's not my English, it would be my Norwegian. So
well, your English isn't bad either.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, better than my Norwegian.
Well,
which is
what gives.
All right, great. Well, Vegard, I appreciate you coming, and by the time you leave, I hope to be able to say your name more correctly.
Oh, it's all good as it is.
All right.
Thanks.
Don't get mad, get video.
Driving in circles around Central Keene, I hurl both insults, angry and mean, against the activists from Free Keene, who wander around thinking as though they were free, and even though they aren't hurting me, I will hate them hatefully, urging their appearance in the penitentiary, although that expense would be charged to me. I'm starting to feel somewhat confusedly.